Cable Congress 2018 here in Dublin, the great and the good of the cable industry and content providers here to discuss what's going on in the world, but what is going on in the world of cable. Well, Matthias Kurt, the executive chairman of Cable Europe, the kind of governing body that organises this event, is with me. What state is the industry in?
Oh, there's always a dramatic change, and there's a lot of innovation going on, and cable is following obviously that. You know, we try to keep pace with the market developments, with convergence, with innovation, and I think we have a good stronghold, which is our infrastructure, because cable invested in the past years, in the past 10 years, a lot in upgrading the infrastructure, and obviously the cable infrastructure has a lot of advantages to upgrade them for the gigabit era, you know, and to create gigabit value to the customers, and can upgrade the network in a very smart way, you know, but not too much investing, you know, but being quicker, and that's the advantage of the cable technology and of the technology with Iran.
Once upon a time, you thought cable, you just thought cable television, and that was just against satellite television or over-the-air television. Everything seems to have changed now. It's all about data and what else can go down this pipe. Why do you think cable is in such a good position compared to other ways of viewing television?
Okay, I think there's more competition on viewing video and television. You know, that's for sure. There are a lot of platforms. There is satellite. There are other IPTV platforms. But cable is in the broadband quality, which became more and more prominent. You know, people want better broadband. You know, and cable right now, our members can offer 500 megabits already, which is not possible in incumbents networks. You know, they are still on DSL, vectoring, and other kind of technologies, which are not, which can't get the same quality in a short time. And we are already upgrading the networks to the gigabit era. So in a few years, we will have 1 gigabit or even 10 gigabit over the last mile in a cable network. And this is a big advantage, because even if you don't want to have a TV package from cable, at least you need a good broadband, you know. And if you have a superior broadband quality, you have an advantage in competition.
What's driving that need for speed?
Especially the development in TV, in video. You know, there's 4K coming, you know, pictures are getting more and more better, you know. There is a trend to have high resolution, you know, Ultra HD and other kind of things. And that's not coming to an end. Yeah? I think it's from year to year, the quality of video is improving, and we can see that if we have a new TV screen, how much it's better than one which is 5 years old, you know. And these kind of experience needs backup, you know, and the better your backup is, and the more your broadband is, the more you can do. And especially if you have 2 screens, and you have 2 4K screens, and 2 films, and you want to see in parallel, then you really need good broadband.
Let's talk about over-the-top services, because they seem to be on the rise, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Amazon, all the other ones that are even being shown here. Isn't there a danger that cable operators simply become the pipe into the house that just provides the data that they offer to their services? Are you in danger of your customers losing out? Okay,
we are in a competition, that's for sure, you know, and Netflix is a very successful service. You can't ignore that. But Netflix has no backup, you know. Even a Netflix subscriber needs a broadband subscription. So I think basically we think it's complementary, you know. They are not attacking us in our core service, which is having deliver the customer a good quality of delivering the service. And on the other hand, okay, there are Netflix, for example, has no sports rights, you know, has no news, has no linear TV, has a lot of things are not on Netflix, you know. So I think because our European subscriptions for a triple play offer are much lower than the US, you know, and then Netflix asked €9 on top of that. So when people will pay that, but on top, and they won't quit, they won't cut the cord, because they get a complete value package also over cable. So what we see is, okay, there are some will cut it, you know, but it's not as strong in the US. So it's a complementary development, and the reason is now that Netflix is embedded in cable packages. You can see Sky, you can see Netflix over a cable subscription.
You talked about that sort of the triple whammy. It was the kind of silver bullet of a couple of years ago. Haven't we moved on from that? And what do you think the answer is for cable providers?
Cable providers have to be flexible, they have to follow the trend, and I think they do it in a quite smart way. Some cable providers even acquired local sports rights, they are more on the regional side, because the big international operators like Netflix, they are not that targeted for local content. But people want to see local content, so there's always a niche, especially we are now in Ireland, so there is an interest in Irish politics, in Irish sports, in Irish things, rugby or other kind of thing. So if you target that, you will always have a chance in the local market, and therefore I strongly believe that there will be a lot of complementarity between these international, very big players, and cable players who are targeting more the local market.
So 10 years of consistent growth, is that set to continue in the years to come?
I am sure for the next years, especially because there's hunger for broadband and for connectivity, and the plans we already have. We have now a technology called DOCSIS 3.1, and everybody wants to upgrade in the next 2, 3, 4 years to this gigabit speeds. And I'm sure that the incumbents who are still on the copper net, they can't do that in the same time. So there will be always a service which is much superior to the service which is offered by incumbents. And with fiber, which could be an alternative, it takes so much time. If you would have a nationwide rollout of fiber networks to the house or to the premises, that it's very, very costly and it takes much time. So we have the advantage to be in the middle, we can do it much quicker with less money, and the service is already there in a couple of years, and the customer won't know. I think the customer in the end doesn't care what's the technology, He only cares about the quality of service, and if the quality of service is good, he also will switch to cable operators, what we have seen in the past.
Hello, I'm James Wright. Thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. To check out more online videos, just click on the boxes, and don't forget to subscribe to the CNBC Live channel at the bottom of the screen.